What's up guys, Majamin Outdoors. Today I have a 12-inch subwoofer and a 300 watt amp that I'm installing into my 2016 F250. I'm installing it with my stock stereo, so I have to put a line output converter into it so it'll work. With the wiring that you normally use with a sub, forgot the names of it, but bottom line, you have to have that if you want to use your stock stereo. I'm just not putting an aftermarket in it because it costs a lot if I want to use the sync system, and so I just want a more bass. So I'm going to do this. Shouldn't be too hard, so y'all stay tuned. So I'm putting the amp right here, so I can put the subwoofer right here, and I'm just going to run some cords out. I'm going to run these wires all underneath here, and I'm going to run it all the way down here. I already pulled these 4 panels out, and there's a gap right here. They're just pop clips. So up here in the driver's seat, there's a whole lot of wiring for the truck. Most of it stops right here and goes this direction, but it basically just pop open, and I'm going to run the wires up along with it. So I'm actually gonna run the wires to this battery because this truck does have 2 batteries because it is a turbo diesel. It needs more cranking amps. But I'm just gonna run it up through the firewall. So I'm actually just using this to basically a push rod so I can push it through the main wiring harness one. There's actually 2 pieces, 2 rubber grommets that cover the main wiring harness, so it protects it from mud from getting in the truck. Here's the rubber grommet. There's the engine bay. There's a hole right there already. It goes to this other side and it's covered. I'm actually cut a small hole right there just to get my, I think this is double aught cable through. So it causes very minimal entry of water, but I also can get my double aught cable through. So I sliced a little small hole in there. I should be able to push the double aught cable through. Sealed up pretty good up on that double aught cable. I'm just going to connect it to my positive with my fuse. It's one of the most important parts. You burn up your amp if you don't have your fuse. So I'm just going to probably mount this somewhere along here. Twist these together. Trying to get as much of the cable in there as possible. Should be a good connection. Take this cable and I'm going to run it underneath the carpet up here, up towards forward over here, towards the forward of the truck. And I'm just going to run along the running board. These plugs are for the subwoofer, for the sound input. These are going to plug into your line output converter. So I'm going to run these up to the stereo. So everything's set up. I got my ground ran to a bolt to the frame. I got the power, I got the remote. These are the wires for the subs. This is actually the radio for the input for the subs. All of it's ran. So I got all the panels back in. It's looking good. Just pops out. Pops out. Got those bolts right there. So this is an extra piece in my truck. It literally can't even hold anything. So I'm gonna put my bass knob in it. I'm gonna drill a hole in the back and basically make it like that, to where it's kind of discreet in my dash. So I got the hole drilled in the back of it. I'm gonna fit all those in. So I got double-sided tape on it. Got to stick it on there. I just heated it up. So I got the last part of my sub install. Is this Pack Pro LP7. I'm gonna hook these into my wires. One of these is left, one of these right speaker, one's ground, and I guess one's power. I don't know, I gotta look at all of them and see which one goes to which. Right output, left output. Now we got to figure out which wires are which on here. So I can hook this in. Okay, so it took me a while to find the diagram, but I found a diagram for the wiring. And mine actually, these are yellow. They look yellow, but in reality they're white. Those, I'm hooking these directly into the wiring harness. So I gotta attach ground and the right speaker, and then I'll be done. So I got everything tied in. Put the key in. Should come on when. All of the specific wires. I got that to ground. It's not the best ground, but it works. And the unit. Everything's wired up. Put the head unit back in. So I ended up can't use my bass knob right now because I have to get a male-to-male adapter so I don't have to cut these. So I'm gonna get a male-to-male adapter so I can plug in here and then plug into the line output converter. But for right now, I'm just tucking it out of the way. So I ran my remote wire up here. It's actually got labels on everything. And that. So my sub turns on. Excuse me, my amp turns on. Every time I turn on my car.